All right, let's be brutally honest. Are you pouring all your time, energy, and emotional bandwidth into chasing that one specific person, constantly checking their socials, overanalyzing every interaction, sending that risky double text? Here's a truth bomb. Chasing almost never works. In fact, it usually pushes them further away, makes you look desperate, and absolutely shreds your self-esteem. But what if I told you there's a powerful, almost counterintuitive shift you can make, something you can start doing today, that not only stops the painful chase, but actually flips the entire dynamic? Something that makes you the magnetic force. Stick with me, because this is a game changer. Why is chasing so ineffective, so counterproductive? It boils down to basic human psychology and the dynamics of attraction. First, it signals low perceived value. When you're constantly pursuing someone who isn't reciprocating, you subconsciously communicate that your time and attention aren't scarce, that you don't have other options, and that their validation is more important than your own self-respect. Attraction thrives on a perception of value and a little bit of healthy challenge. Second, it often creates pressure and discomfort. No one likes to feel like they're being put on a pedestal they didn't ask to be on, or responsible for someone else's happiness. It can feel suffocating. Third, you become predictable and lose all mystery. The chase dynamic is inherently one-sided. You're all in, they're lukewarm. Where's the intrigue in that for them? Ultimately, chasing puts you in a reactive, disempowered position. You're seeking their approval instead of cultivating your own irresistible energy. So what is this powerful alternative? It's not a trick. It's not a line. It's a fundamental paradigm shift in your mindset and your actions. This is about stopping the outward pursuit of one person and starting the intense inward cultivation of your own magnetic value, unwavering purpose, and genuine outcome independence. Instead of trying to convince them you're worthy, you become so undeniably compelling that quality people are naturally drawn to you. You shift from hunting to attracting. This is the core of what I call the Attractor's blueprint. Let's break down the actionable pillars of this. The absolute bedrock of this strategy is radical self-investment. Stop obsessing over their life and become completely unapologetically obsessed with building your own kingdom, your own empire of one. This means identifying your core passions, your life's purpose, even if it's still evolving, your health, your skills, your financial stability, and pouring your primary energy into those things. Why is this so damn attractive? Because a person who is lit up by their own life, who has direction and ambition, exudes an energy of vitality, competence, and self-sufficiency. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're already building a complete and fascinating world that someone would be lucky to get a glimpse of, let alone be invited into. Define your mission. What are your top 3 to 5 goals for the next year in different areas of your life? Career, health, skills. Write them down. Attack them. Find your fire. What activities make you lose track of time? Do more of that. Passion is infectious. Level up physically and mentally. Invest in your health. Read books. Learn new things. Become a more interesting, capable version of yourself. Create, don't just consume. Write, build, paint, play music. Engage in activities that produce something. When you're genuinely consumed by your own growth, you simply don't have the time or inclination to desperately chase anyone. Your focus is internal. You're building your kingdom. But how does your mindset about them and others need to shift? Pillar number 2 is a profound mindset shift. Cultivating true abundance and outcome independence. Stop acting like this one specific person is your only shot at happiness or connection. They are not. Abundance mindset means recognizing that there are literally millions of amazing, compatible people in the world. This specific person is just one. Outcome independence means your emotional well-being is not tied to whether they like you back or choose you. You want connection, yes, but you don't need it from them specifically to feel whole or validated. This detachment is incredibly powerful. It eradicates neediness. It allows you to interact freely, authentically, without the stench of desperation that repels people. Expand your social horizons. Actively meet new people, platonically and potentially romantically when you're ready. Broaden your social circle. Challenge scarcity beliefs. If you think she's the only one, actively disprove it by recognizing other attractive, interesting people. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Enjoy interactions for what they are, without an agenda of winning that one person. Develop multiple sources of validation. Get your sense of worth from your achievements, hobbies, friendships, and self-approval, not just romantic interest. When you truly believe you have options and your happiness isn't dependent on one person, the urge to chase them into a corner simply evaporates. You're building yourself. You believe in abundance. Now, how do you project that value and ensure you're not taken for granted? Pillar 3 is where your self-investment meets the real world. Projecting high self-worth and maintaining unyielding but fair boundaries. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. This means knowing your value isn't up for debate. You respect yourself enough to not engage in dynamics where you're consistently an option, an afterthought, or disrespected. Boundaries are your non-verbal and sometimes verbal way of saying, "This is who I am, this is what I stand for, and this is how I expect to be treated." This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. Women are often deeply attracted to men who have clear standards and aren't afraid to uphold them because it signals strength, integrity, and that you value yourself, making you more valuable in their eyes. Define your non-negotiables. What behaviors will you simply not tolerate in any relationship, platonic or romantic? Learn to say no, gracefully but firmly. You don't have to be available 24/7 or agree to everything. Don't over-apologize or seek constant approval. Be confident in your actions and opinions while remaining open to feedback. Walk away from disrespect or consistent disinterest. Your willingness to withdraw your attention from those who don't value it is a massive statement of self-worth. When you have strong boundaries, you naturally filter out people who would require you to chase them or devalue yourself. Chasing becomes incompatible with your standards. You're building value, thinking abundantly, respecting yourself. How does this change your actual approach to meeting and connecting with people? Pillar 4 is a fundamental shift in your entire dating operating system. Adopt the attract and select model and completely ditch the outdated chase and persuade tactic. The chase and persuade model is about trying to convince someone of your worth, overcoming their objections, effectively selling yourself. It's exhausting and disempowering. The attract and select model is about focusing on being your most compelling, high-value self, pillars 1 to 3. This naturally draws people in. Then, from those who are drawn to you, you select who you want to invest your time and energy in based on mutual interest, compatibility, and shared values. You are the selector, the chooser, not the one begging for a chance. Focus on radiating value. Live authentically. Be passionate. Be kind. Be confident. Let your positive qualities shine. Observe for reciprocity. Pay attention to who is genuinely engaging with you, asking questions, and investing their effort. Invite, don't force. Make invitations for connection, but don't push if interest isn't clearly returned. Have standards for who you choose. Don't just be grateful for any attention. Choose people who genuinely add value to your life and treat you well. When you operate from an attract and select mindset, chasing is, by definition, impossible. You're too busy being attractive and assessing mutual fit to chase anyone who isn't clearly choosing you back. This all sounds great, but there's one final subtle mindset that ties it all together and truly makes you magnetic. The fifth and perhaps most advanced pillar is mastering strategic indifference, which is really about genuine detachment from a specific person's approval or reciprocation. This is not about being cold, rude, or apathetic to everyone. It means that while you might be interested in someone, your core happiness, self-worth, and daily mood are not dependent on whether that one specific person likes you back or texts you today. You are genuinely okay, fulfilled, and on your path regardless of their individual response. This creates an incredibly attractive aura of self-possession and emotional strength. It communicates that you are not seeking validation externally, but find it internally. Paradoxically, this genuine indifference to their specific outcome often makes them more curious and attracted because you're not exuding neediness. Internalize your worth. Truly believe you are enough with or without their specific approval. Pillar 3. Focus on your purpose. Pillar 1. When you're driven by your mission, individual rejections or lack of interest become minor blips. Practice mindfulness and presence. Stay grounded in the present moment rather than obsessing over future outcomes with one person. Delay your reactions. Don't feel the need to immediately respond to every text or social media post if you're genuinely engaged in something else. Your time is valuable. Genuine outcome independence is the ultimate antidote to chasing. You can't chase if you're truly unattached to whether that specific chase succeeds. So why does this 5-pillar approach, doing this instead of chasing, work so powerfully? It skyrockets your perceived value. Self-investment, boundaries, and outcome independence scream high value. It creates healthy scarcity of your focused attention. You're not always available for one person, making your attention more coveted. It radiates genuine confidence, not fake bravado, but deep self-assurance. It commands respect. People naturally respect those who respect themselves. It triggers natural attraction mechanisms. We are often drawn to those who are fulfilled, purposeful, and not needy. You shift from being a seeker of validation to a source of intriguing, valuable energy. That's the fundamental flip. When you stop chasing that specific person and truly embody this attractor's blueprint, several incredible things happen. Your anxiety plummets, your self-respect skyrockets. You become genuinely happier and more fulfilled. Independently, you start attracting more interest from a wider range of quality people, often without trying. And yes, sometimes, the very person you stopped chasing might suddenly notice your newfound energy and independence, and their perspective might shift. But by then, you might have realized they need to qualify for your attention. Chasing is a disempowering game with a low success rate. Becoming a magnet by doing this is a lifestyle that guarantees your growth and dramatically increases your authentic attractiveness. So, here's my challenge to you. What's one specific action from these 5 pillars you're going to implement this week to stop chasing and start attracting? Declare it in the comments below. Let's hold each other accountable, or share the moment you realized chasing was futile. If this video just hit you with a truth bomb that could change your entire approach to dating and life, demolish that like button. And if you have a friend who's stuck chasing someone, be a legend and share this video with them right now. For more no-filter strategies on building bulletproof confidence, mastering attraction psychology, and creating the badass life that makes you the prize, make damn sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. We're not playing games here. We're building empires. Stop chasing. Start attracting. Your best life awaits.